Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we are at the San Diego Zoo right now, so we will be back in just a moment. We are on the move, on a bus.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the guided bus tour here at the world famous San Diego Zoo. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
You're good? You guys ready to go see the zoo?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. My name is Brian. I'm going to be your tour guide for the next 35 or so minutes as we go get an overview of much of the zoo. But before we see any animals, can everybody on the upper and lower deck raise your hand if this is your very first time at the zoo today? Okay, quite a few of you. That is great.
It is.
Whether it's your first time here or you've been here 100 times, either way, we're happy to have you here today. We are passing through the front plaza right now. You might recognize this area from when you got here. As we pass through here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do at the zoo. Our ultimate goal is to create a world where all life thrives. Thanks to people like you who visit us and support us every day, we are able to work and collaborate with other organizations and communities in order to solve conservation challenges that are happening all around the world. That means we don't just operate here in San Diego. We also have 8 different hubs of action around the world where we focus our global conservation efforts. And we are going to be meeting some animal representatives from many of those hubs today. Right here, you can see we're starting to head downhill into an area called the Lost Forest. The Lost Forest is a lot of fun, but I have something even more fun for you. It is safety instructions. So just remember to keep your arms and legs and other body parts inside the bus at all times. You are welcome to stand up during this tour if you want to get a better look at something. But if you do stand up, just make sure you hold onto those metal railings next to you. Keep both of your feet down on the floor of the bus, not on top of the seats. And make sure you stay in that area where your seat is. Don't go walking all around the bus unless it's an emergency and you need to get my attention.
You heard that.
We will have a safe tour.
You heard that right. We are in the Lost Forest.
What we're in right now is called the Lost Forest. And it's modeled to give you the experience of being in a Malaysian rainforest. Naturally, this area is home to many rainforest species, including monkeys and tigers. Right here is where the tigers live. As we pull in, you can keep your eyes open and let me know by raising your hand if you do see a tiger.
Oh, I see a tiger. I see a tiger. I see a tiger.
Notice him over there. He is walking around right behind that tree, kind of in the very center of his habitat. Get a very good look at him over there. Now that tiger is one of 3 who live here. Their mother was rescued from her native habitat over in Malaysia.
It's over there.
A little bit too close to some villages and scaring the people. We brought her here to be an ambassador for her species many years ago, which was...
You probably didn't see him, but he's over there somewhere. So right here is a monkey over here.
Make sure you hold on to something.
The monkey is right here.
They're also very skilled swimmers and fishers.
So they're right here. And then there's a waterfall for them to swim. And they're also good climbers. This is a really good adventure.
That interspecies interaction between them is a form of enrichment.
There's flamingos right there. See them?
Down there, there's 2 different species. There's the American flamingo and the greater flamingo.
So there's the flamingos down
Both of
there.
them are very pretty.
There's the flamingos.
Their species are actually born with just gray feathers. They only get that color in their feathers a couple of years into
So
their
they
life
just
from their diet.
so
Mainly consists of algae and crustaceans that they filter out of that water they're standing in.
those are the
American
flamingos.
flamingos, the ones that are a brighter pink color, the reason their color is different is their diet consists of a higher proportion of crustaceans, things like brine shrimp. That is where they get that
So
extra
these are
pink color.
flamingos that some of them are
Water-loving birds
flamingos.
down here include the pelicans and cormorants. You might get a look at them down there in the shade. You can also notice on our left side we have a yellow sign shaped like a kangaroo with the number 2 on it. That is Kangaroo Bus Stop number 2. So the kangaroo buses, I'll tell you about them. They are a hop-on, hop-off bus system here at the zoo to help you get around without doing so much walking. There are 4 of those kangaroo bus stops around the perimeter of the zoo. You can wait at any of those 4.
This is the highway we took to get to the zoo.
We do have lots of... They're fairly small and cute with a dark spot on their side.
Okay, so they're about
And
to
if you
come.
see a larger animal in there with white vertical stripes, that would be one of the
So
lesser
sorry, guys.
food.
We are passing
Those animals are
the
pretty cute. But
We're
on our
past.
left side, we are
Yeah.
also pulling into polar bear plunge. As
This
we
is where the
pull
polar
into
bears
polar
live.
bears, let me know by raising your hand.
I'll see
Otherwise,
it.
I think we'll keep it moving. But I will mention, the polar bears are being affected by climate change up in the Arctic where they come from. As we
Oh,
release greenhouse
see it
gases
now.
into the atmosphere, the Arctic ice is melting. That's making it harder for the polar bears to roam around and hunt seals as their main food source. And also making it harder for them to build their dens and have more polar bear babies. Showers,
There's a
or
gazelle
use their
right there.
irrigation
I see it. The polar bear was down there. There was just a polar bear. He was down there. Oh, there's a polar bear. It's sleeping.
These guys that look like little fuzzy pigs.
And then there's like pigs down there, which are pretty cool. I know it. Ooh, and then there's an elk. I saw an elk. There's elk. There's elk down there. Oh, is that the reindeer? There was a reindeer down, or an elk.
Top of the hill.
There's either a reindeer or an elk. There's like a. I think that's a cougar,
Over on our left
mountain
side,
lion,
I see a mountain lion.
mountain lion.
He is lying down right on top of those rocks, really high up in there. We'll take forward a little bit more in one moment, so you guys can all see.
Look at
Looks
him.
like he is resting. I think he is awake as his head is sticking up.
What is it?
I call him a mountain lion. You might also know them as cougars or pumas. They actually go by more than 40 different names.
Oh wait, sorry.
They can be found all the way from the northernmost parts of Canada down to the southernmost parts of South America. Because they have such a huge range of
This is
Americas,
cool.
they've been encountered by many different people over the years.
This
They are
is
the adorable rock hyraxes.
right. Ooh, you see
Quite
them?
a few of them in there, kind of blend into the branches, but I bet you guys can find them.
Right there.
Just
So right
by
there.
looking at them. Anybody guess what the rock hyrax's
So-
closest relative is?
Yeah. There's
Well, they're mostly
a
related to elephants.
there's something.
No, you would think so. But we know that based on some of their anatomical
There's something right there. I think
structures,
that's a
such as their
lion.
skull and their feet, as well
I know
as
what
their
that
strong
is.
molars that they use to eat out.
This is the lion. That was an African lion.
Back in the back right corner on top of the
African
other wooden
lion.
flat muscular.
Birds right here. There's birds right here.
At the beginning,
There's a female right there. These are jaguars. This is a jaguar down. This is like a there's a bird right
if I'm
here.
not mistaken,
There's a
one of
bird
them
right
is in the
here,
grass.
so-
Kind of hard to see on the other side of that tree.
Bird is
Your one-
pretty cool.
The other one is up ahead.
You don't see the
front
bird
left
right
corner. We'll get a look at her. Look at her.
Here's an elephant playing with a ball. Right here.
African
So
elephants.
this
Again, we
is
are partners with them, working together to learn more about
so
elephants.
this is
One
a
breakthrough we
this
found in the
person
research
this
has to do with
elephant is
milk
in
that
her
they feed baby
sorry.
elephants at the sanctuary.
This sorry
need
guys,
milk.
but that
In order to get through a lot of
that
research, we
elephant
found
was
that
in
the
her
best substitute for elephant milk
50s.
is actually by
And
discovering
here's
that and sharing all of our other
a,
partners. Now all
here's
of us are better equipped to
two more
take care of
elephants
those baby
over there.
elephants and ultimately create a world where all life thrives.
So these are two other
These
elephants.
elephants you're probably looking at right now, they are two male bachelors, Nepo and Sunzu. They're best buddies. And you can see one of them
One of them is
that
eating.
is Sunzu. He is reaching up to that big sack of hay above him, grabbing the food. That sack of hay is technically called an enrichment item. You can think of those like elephant toys. Those are often filled up with food, as they are right now. So the elephants have to use their trunk to reach inside, grab the food, then figure out how to get it out and into their mouth. That makes it a little bit of a challenge for them. We don't want to always make it super easy and just serve them food on a platter. We do want it to be a little bit of a challenge sometimes, just like it would be a challenge for them to get their food in the wild. We don't do that just with the elephants, but pretty much all the animals that live here. We want to find creative ways to emulate their natural environment and encourage them to use those skills.
Those are like the jungle ones. The jungle ones.
Again, the food that's in those enrichment items right now looks like it is hay. That is something that you quite a lot of.
Both of them are
You
getting
can
it.
enjoy other foods as well, like fruits and vegetables and special elephant biscuits. There's also
There's a
different
camel
food
right
you
there.
might have seen before.
See, there's a camel. See that thing right there? There's a camel. That's a camel. Behind that rock, that's a camel. We're about to see cheetahs. Here's some birds. These are Californian condors. These were really endangered species back then, but now they're living in like California and Grand Canyon. So this is great. And there's
We
crows.
teamed up with some other organizations, including the
So-
Los Angeles Zoo.
What are their called?
We found all of
So
them
these
were
are
left in the
Californian
wild. They gave us a
condors,
safe place to stay over at the safari
which is
park,
very
where we were
cool.
safe from the things that were animals.
They're a type of vulture. Let me get a closer look at both of them.
Part of what was threatening
Cool,
them
right?
in the past and causing them to be endangered is They ended up with
These
lead
were
poisoning.
endangered species by
That is quite
1900. By
obviously
the
not good for them.
by
Another part of how we
1900s.
help them, in addition to that extensive breeding
I think it was
program,
like the
was by working
1960s,
directly with those hunters,
1970s,
encouraging them to use different
around
kinds
that
of
time.
bullets that weren't going to have such a negative and aggressive hooves that are only going to
See
feed
that?
on the of a gun.
Sorry, but that's an animal right there. That's an
Stand up on
animal.
top of those rocks and scale
He's so
vertical
cute.
rock
He
walls
looks like a baby.
They also share their habitat with some women completely extinct in the wild. That way we have the opportunity to study those plants, and we have a reserve population if we ever need to reintroduce them back into their native habitat. So
So
as you're walking around later on today, pay attention to the plants around you. You might not be able to see some of them anywhere else.
So you missed some of it, but there's plants that are endangered. Some of them are extinct out of the wild
Right
or
here, we are about to pass through a little area
endangered.
called Sydney Zone.
There's a sloth bear.
Something.
There's a sloth bear. See that black thing? That's a sloth bear.
We have a male named Arctic and a female named Shala.
Oh, those were sloth bears. So, I was very happy because I'm very happy today because at one time I took a field trip to the Boise Zoo. My animal was a sloth bear. I was looking for one. I never found one, but today I saw it. Well, you saw it too, sloth bear. And here's some snow leopards. Snow leopards. The snow leopards are sleeping.
Hopefully that will continue. They'll eventually have some very healthy snows to help support the future of their species.
These are penguins. These are African penguins, which is weird.
Down at the bottom of the hill.
Penguins.
To Africa Rock.
You got penguins. They're so cute. The penguins.
You might be wondering what penguins are doing here in San Diego. You would think they would be somewhere a little bit colder and icier, but these are African penguins located in South Africa. They are actually fairly located to the security.
Look at this one. Down here, ready? Oh, look at him. And then we were just one swimming.
We're going back to the bears. Right here is where our two North American grizzly bears run into. Looks like they are in their cave right now in the back left corner. Those two brothers, Scout and Montana, they came to us from near Yellowstone National Park. Back when they were babies,
There's some bears in there, just you can't really see them.
that is not a good source of nutrition for them, and it also puts them at risk of coming into close contact with humans. Fairly conflict.
They're in there somewhere.
Safe for the human, but also for the bear. We brought them here to be ambassadors for their species. Now those two brothers don't have to rely on garbage for their food anymore. They're also not at risk of coming to close contact with humans and creating those conflicts. So anytime you're out in bear country, camping or anything like that, definitely make sure you secure all your food and trash away safely so you don't accidentally attract one of those bears. It is pretty cool to see all the animals up close here at the zoo, but when you're out in their native habitat, wildlife is best observed, especially from afar. Coming up here is a bear you don't have to worry about tracking with garbage unless it's in the Andes Mountains. This is the Andes bear. His name is Turbo to be specific. He's way back there on top of the rocks. It's black fur. Right here we can get a good idea of how we try to design habitats for the animals. We always want to give them whatever they would want to eat in the wild. So Andean bears, they don't just climb trees, but they live up in the trees and build nests for themselves. You can see Turbo and his girlfriend Alba have plenty of opportunities here to climb all around. And they also have all of that straw-like material and leaves that they can use to build themselves a nest.
Looks like he's eating a coconut.
Now I think we are going to say goodbye to the bears. Goodbye, bears.
Goodbye.
This next section, if you take a look around, you might be able to tell just by looking. This is part of the Lost Forest, which we passed through the other side of earlier. As I mentioned back then, the Lost Forest is modeled after a rainforest. We do care a whole lot about rainforests here. That's because they only cover about 6% of the landmass on Earth, but they host more than 50% of all terrestrial wildlife. Because rainforests have such a high level of biodiversity living within them, that is a really important type of habitat for us to pay attention to and protect. Every little bit of rainforest that we lose represents a ton of species of plants and animals that we are also potentially losing. if you're a coffee drinker, there is something you can do to help us protect rainforests. Next time you're buying coffee, you can look for coffee that is shade grown. That's coffee that's planted in the forest without having to clear away the existing trees.
Good.
It's just planted beneath the trees on the forest floor. That's why it's called shade grown, grown in the shade. That way you get your coffee while it's behind all those trees, so that they continue to provide a habitat for all those animals that live in the rainforest. Now again, if you've been here before, you might remember that over on our left side is where the penguins used to live. But as we already saw, the penguins are not there anymore. They're now on Center Street. But Africa Rocks, just this area, still has plenty of African animals for us to see. So we'll see what we can find. Coming up first on our left side is going to be where our lemurs live. The island of Madagascar, where lemurs come from, has over 100 different species of lemur living on it. We have just 5 of those species here as a small sample. So as we pass by on our left, oh, actually I see 2 lemurs. Wasn't expecting that. They're right on top of the rock wall against the fence as we pass by this gap in the 2 trees. Kind of like
What is that?
So again, you might see 1 or 2 of those species as we pass by. But if you do walk through Africa Rocks on foot later on today, you can challenge yourself to find all 5 of them. Now, in addition to lemurs, this area is also kinds of monkeys and birds and leopards. As we pass by, if you see any birds flying around in the distance, that is an aviary. You can walk inside and walk amongst those birds. It's a very relaxing area to spend some time. And one more thing, this big net structure that houses all of those animals and covers the entire area, it is actually a Guinness World Record holder.
Dennis.
This is the largest hand-woven net structure of its kind, and it took a year and a half to build.
This is
That is just one example of the innovation we have here that we use to ensure the welfare of the animals and allow you to see into their habitat and build a connection.
This is from like they put this in the Guinness World Record book. The koalas are living here. I just can't find them. If you see them,
we actually have the largest colony of koalas outside of Australia right here. We have had a lot of success breeding them in San Diego. Part of the reason the koalas are able to thrive here is we grow their main food source, which is eucalyptus leaves.
Eucalyptus, yeah.
That's not just their main food source, but the only food they are willing to eat. Might even be able to smell it a little bit as we pass by. Many of the trees in this area are eucalyptus. There's plenty more dotted all around the zoo. That way we can harvest those leaves and feed them to the koalas. That's kind of a greener way of doing it. We don't have to have the food shipped here for the koalas. It's just already growing here on the grounds. Left, if you want to head back behind us towards Sydney's Plaza where we just were. Or you can turn to the right as you leave if you want to head in front of us towards the front of the zoo and stroller parking and the nearest restroom. Again, my name is Brian. I'll be hanging around on the upper deck as you guys leave if you have any questions for me. Otherwise, thank you so much one more time for taking this tour today, being an ally for wildlife. And enjoy the rest of your day at the world famous San Diego Zoo.
this is the end of the tour for the bus tour. That was the end of our bus tour, but we are going to do another video of San Diego Zoo. But bye. Never give up.